The Prison City Podcast will be starting shortly. Please take a moment to acknowledge the following sponsors of the Prison City Podcast, the best podcast on planet Earth. Prison Pizza. Come on down for the best pizza you've ever had in your entire fucking life. Every pizza has been made perfectly every single time, has been delivered in perfect time, and it has the perfect price point with the perfect amount of toppings and the perfect amount of sauce. There's never ever been a single pizza in the history of Prison Pizza that's not anything short of fucking perfect. Come on down to Prison Pizza, check out our salad bar too, and 406-846-4800 Prison Pizza for life. Fuck you. The Adventures of Pete and Kit, folks, is now available on YouTube for free. It's the all-time, old-fashioned classic about two brothers living in northern Idaho that just get into all kinds of fun and trouble. Tons of fun. It was written by Matthew and Kelly Cutler, official members of Prison Fuck Me, and Patrick Cutler edited and produced it. The Adventures of Pete and Kit. More fucks and F words than you can imagine. Just search The Adventures of Pete and Kit on YouTube.com or look up the Cutler Brothers Production YouTube page and find The Adventures of Pete and Kit there. It's really, really fucking funny. Das Fruit Improv Comedy, possibly the best and funniest improv comedy team on planet Earth, is looking for new bookings for the 2022 season. Go to dasfruit.com if you want to book the funniest fucking improv team on motherfucking planet Earth. Das Fruit. If it's not funny, then at least you'll get offended. What are we looking at here, Bob? Oh, nothing, Pete. Just the best fucking pizza you'll ever have in your entire fucking life. Prison Pizza, 406-4 something something. I don't fucking care. Prison Pizza. Hi, I'm the local dentist here in Deer Lodge, Montana. There's a dick on my face, isn't there? Fuck Pat Cutler, he's nothing but a sexist piece of shit. Fuck that guy. Mad Dad, the family-friendly comedy that everyone sits around every Easter and watches. It was originally written by Kelly Cutler, directed and edited by Patrick Cutler, and stars Matthew Cutler, Martin Reinbold, who just got out of prison, and a couple other people. Mad Dad, a good old family-friendly comedy that can now be found on Amazon Prime. Search Mad Dad and you'll just laugh your fucking balls off. It also stars Prison City Podcast member Mahomes, who currently lives in Omaha, Nebraska. So let's go Cornhuskers, yeah! Ladies out there, I now present you a picture of God himself. Say one more fucking thing about Prison Pizza, and let's see what happens.
I mean, I understand there's no good segue from what he just said.
Just be professional, text me back whenever I message you, show me your tits.
Once again, there it goes.
This disease or that disease or aliens coming down and taking over.
No shit.
I got hot milk in my area wanting to bang.
Sexual experience.
You don't know Pat well enough. I can see how someone might be like, fuck this guy. Why is he saying that to me?
Oh no, she's out.
Gee, what the fuck?
But we are certainly not back on track.
No, you guys were acting like you couldn't hear a word I was saying.
He told me I shouldn't park in a handicapped spot, and that was his response.
Oh, then I think maybe I can't with you, man. You can't tell me that you're all pissed at someone when you hit him with that stuff.
And this all happened in 10 minutes? No wonder she got offended.
Did you just yes and that shit? Yes and?
They're so fucking worthless.
Welcome to the Prison City Podcast. When the bars go up, you're officially locked in.
Welcome back to the Prison City Podcast, folks. We are officially back for one more show. They haven't quite canceled us yet. We are officially back, folks, here. I like how we were saying we're back every single episode. When Mahomes, technically we have never actually left. Just one cancellation there due to a YouTube violation there, folks. But we got a really fun show tonight. We're going to talk about Elon Musk taking over Twitter, which is really interesting. Trump's social media, Truth Social, which has been an epic fucking disaster, in my opinion, so far. And a lot of other things here. But before we start here, night. I had to just clear the air. There was another incident, and I don't want to start a podcast out like this ever before, but I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead, Bones. Welcome to the show.
Oh man, it's like I don't know. Like I was definitely ready for whatever you were about to say. So that's not like it wouldn't be surprising if there was another incident. But anyway, glad to be back. Yes, back in. I don't know if we're better than ever, but we're back for sure. And really thrilled to talk about the NFL draft. That's my topic for the night. I'm not sure what you guys got going on.
So we have open topics. For the most part, NFL draft will probably be something we'll cover. How much do you like the fact that I start out podcast episodes to address an issue like that, and I spend basically the next hour just tearing my whole name apart on the show?
I mean, that's like you're consistent as shit. Like basically, let me tell you my side of the story, and you're probably going to agree with the other people when you hear my side of the story when it's all said and done.
All right, Matt, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking, Pat. Good here in Deer Lodge. Everything's good here. Can't wait to dive into these topics, and I wish I had more Montana bar stories. So I guess there's nothing too exciting to talk about right now. Move along.
Moving along. Hey, Kelly, who's been watching the show Wayne Gacy tapes on Netflix. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I finally went through my phone from that weekend, the Jesus Christ Superstar weekend, the subject of last week's Prison City podcast, and I could probably release 45 minutes of that night to further explain what happened. I mean, this was before the fact, of course, because I left before midnight. But I watched and I was like, man, I don't know what the hell I was doing, because I had my camera out for a long freaking time. I got a lot of videos, and I sent one to the chat the other day if Mahoney saw that. But I have a lot more than that. So I think we can kind of deduce where that night was going just from those videos.
I would love to see those videos, by the way, because, I think that would be really interesting to see how things are going.
Yes, put them on here with live commentary from us. Oh, that shit will be golden.
I got to get permission from Josh Pentland first.
He's a stickler.
So anyways, now we should do this segment every single time for every single show. Now we're going to talk about 30 minutes of nothing that has to do with our actual topics.
Yes.
Sometimes the whole show has nothing to do with our topic.
As I said, I don't even know what the fucking topics are half the time.
I like how most podcasts will they'll start with the stuff that gets people to come watch, and then they'll do whatever they want to talk about at the end. And we just are like, nah, we're going to talk about whatever the hell we feel like. And potentially we touch on what we advertised. Potentially.
Hey, and we got Canada is tuned in tonight. Mahomes, Kelly, he wishes you, Martin says, glad you're doing well. Again, we were all hit with that stomach flu that past week. Holy God, that thing fucking sucked.
It did suck, yeah.
Yeah, it sucked big time. We're finally overcoming that, finally. So I do have a big announcement that I probably should announce on the very beginning of the show about the Redgate film. So when it comes to the Redgate horror film, which we've been working on for quite a while now, we're actually going to Dallas, Texas on Friday to a horror convention where we're going to be welcomed there with open arms. Not really, but we're going to show up anyways. Redgate's like the fuck you film. I don't really care. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like.
I mean, that's every film you make. It doesn't matter what.
Fuck you film.
You could be documentary about your mom's life, and you'd still treat it like the fuck you film.
Dallas, Texas, Frightmare weekend. We're heading that up. Me and Don Bromley, and he's gonna be on the show again sometime soon. But anyways, we're gonna go there. The whole cast of screens to be at that thing, so that's gonna be a big festival. A lot of connections there, and that's our last one we're gonna visit. And that brings us to the big fucking news. And I've been talking about this for about a week, I'd say, Kelly, and I brought up to Kelly and everybody else. I don't think Mahomes has heard about this yet, but we have an actual official release date for the film Redgate.
Oh, nice.
In a plan place. here's the deal. We still have a secure rights deal for a TV contract that expires in July. But I'm at the point where I just want to pick a date here to release it. Otherwise, I don't want to be like Kyle Gillette, where you just like talk about it for 5 straight years and nothing ever actually comes out.
The name drop on this podcast.
I know. It's just like no one's safe.
He lives at 711 California Avenue.
I mean, that could be true too. I don't even know.
Say 5 straight years. More like 25 straight years. We're still waiting.
We're still waiting for him to finish his first sentence, first script.
Get past the title. Should I start with the or a?
The bear or a bear? He's been on that since 1972.
Oh yeah.
Mom, the meatloaf.
So yeah, Elon Musk. I just try to bring it back.
Oh god.
All right. So release date.
Release date. Before that release date, I have one update to deliver, just really quick here. Here we go, guys. Apparently, this guy is just fucking nuts. I was told he's a weirdo, but I guess it's true. Grow up.
Now, is this from the Fright Fest promoter in Dallas? Is that
Not the stopgap here, but it's so fucking weird to think that Mahomes we're 3.5 weeks away from the anniversary of Boycott Pat Color.
That's crazy.
Is that crazy?
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
Well, because I was thinking, we're really close to your Kelly's 1-year anniversary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A week from actually on Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah. I'll be in Texas.
Wild.
Yeah. It's really fucking wild. Yeah, it's crazy though. Time just fucking flies by sometimes. It's just crazy how fast it's flown by. 1-year anniversary of Boycott Pat Color. You think that episode's gonna be special to me?
Something I would say you're going to come out guns blazing, but I don't know that you have ever put your guns away.
I might actually have to bite the bullet and buy a T-shirt for that episode.
And what's the exact date on that, Pat, by the way?
You want to let me pull it up here because I
pull it up here in my journal.
Yeah, I want to get a
timeline
timeline
here.
I want to get a timeline.
I'm Will Ferrell off of fucking what's that show? What's the Will Ferrell movie? He's on TV and stuff.
Oh, Anchorman.
I was like Anchorman.
Oh.
No, you play for us. Play for us. No, I'm not ready for it all. I'm not ready for this at all. I pull out the flute as I'm walking.
Not ready for this at all.
Just off my memory, and I'm not obsessed about the date at all. I would say May 20th was the actual date.
Just May 20th at 7:16 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
God, still good.
Well, the boycott must have been after I got back from my honeymoon, because I remember it started on a Saturday or something where we were playing wiffle ball. I remember that's when it started.
So yeah, here's the deal. The actual boycott, if you want to go when it started compared to when I found out, the actual boycott was May 20th, because that was the episode that he actually boycotted over that Snapchat joke I made, and that was the drunk stories in theater episode, if you recall that episode. That was the episode he boycotted. So technically May 20th would be the actual anniversary, but we didn't come out with it till the following week, which is May 28th, the Epstein Island thing or whatever. But technically May 20th would be the actual anniversary. I mean, people have anniversaries for their weddings and stuff. I have the anniversary when I first got boycotted.
Oh yeah, because I remember. So I did 2 episodes. One was in Mount Vernon, Illinois. One was in Miami. And then when I came back, we played wiffle ball again, on a Saturday or Sunday or something. So it had to have been a Saturday. So I remember I was feeling like the weirdness in the air. I was like, yeah, I don't really want to stick around for this bullshit, you know? So Matt, I don't know if you remember this, but we took off and went to Anaconda, went to the Hofbräu, I believe, went to dinner over there.
You guys did?
Yeah, we took off and went to dinner in Anaconda, and then there was fights that night until he was like, you know, we were getting all these weird encrypted messages from Moose. Oh man, you know, Marshall's all in Pat's face and blah blah blah. And I was
he was sending you those messages? I never saw those messages.
I believe something like that. Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, I'm not. I don't think I'll come down to the fights when I get home. I think I've had enough for one day, so I called it a night. And then then our next episode, you know, was like Monday or Tuesday, and he wasn't there, and I didn't think that much of it. But then, you know, we all learned the next day or so. Boycott Pat Cutler. Here we go.
It wasn't to me again. It wasn't like people like chalk it off. Just drunk or whatever. It's like no. That when the truth comes out about stuff, you're like, you boycotted me over a Snapchat joke, and you spent your entire day 5 days after it happened. You spent your entire day just going at me over it. When the truth finally came out, I was like, this is fucking insanity. Is this reality we're living in here?
Hey, will the truth come out? Find out on the Boycott Pat episode, anniversary episode.
But tonight we're talking about Elon Musk.
Let's get back on.
We haven't even gotten to any of our topics, and we're already like promoting another show.
God, not to just continue to go off topic here. Let me just look at what date May 20th is. Let's see. May 20th is a Friday. Can we do it that night?
Yeah, I think that's good. Because I don't think you're going to Seattle now, are you, Pat?
Yeah, I think you're going to be you're going to get kicked out of Fright Fest in Dallas, it sounds like.
So
maybe arrested.
No.
Could you actually do May 20th, Mahomes? Oh, no, or do you have relatives in town that weekend?
Yeah, I do. And, yeah.
What about May 28th?
Pat told you, or you told Pat a month ago you're going to have relatives in town. They're still coming, huh?
What the fuck are we doing for those episodes? Because we're always like a Tuesday, Wednesday. So May 28th of May 20th of last year would have been a Thursday. May 28th of last year would have been a Friday. What the fuck were we doing shooting those episodes on a Thursday and a Friday?
No idea.
I believe it was Memorial Day weekend, and we said it was something to do with that. Like, hey, it's going to be a long weekend, so let's knock this out here. Something like that. I can't remember the logistics.
Okay. All right. So anyways, back to the Red Gate premiere.
No, that's where we're at. Okay, got it.
So I've come to the conclusion that we're going to release the film finally.
Yes.
Nice. Under which umbrella are you doing? Paramount or DreamWorks?
Mojo Bombay Productions.
It's their second production ever.
He's going to rewrite your title. It'll take him a month.
I honestly think there was this company that you guys might have heard of it. It's Cutler, Duncan and Associates. I think that one would be good.
I remember we had a guy from Hollywood that was like looking at us like, no, that's fucking stupid. Cutler Brothers Productions. I like that. And he's like, it's like Cutler, Duncan Associates.
Yeah, that's why you never suck your partner's dick.
Hey, we almost made it 20 minutes in before we could absolutely piss somebody off.
Third attempt here. The release date's going to be
May 20th. Come on.
May 20th.
So, how much information you want on this, Mahomes? You want the whole?
I mean, it's your shit to promo, man. As much as you want to give.
All right. So, anyways, Mahomes, the guy who not let us do podcast episodes, he wants to talk about this Redgate movie. Sorry,
I can't shut up about this damn Redgate movie.
So my official, it's more like a time slot. The release date's going to be somewhere between late August and late September, so about a 30-day span there. Back when I was in Alaska, and this is an idea I had for a very fucking long time. Do you know what? Are you familiar with like ClickFunnels or sales funnels where you click on a bunch of stuff? Do you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So do you know who Russell Brunson is?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He's like a pretty known guy. So I was working with his team and stuff back in Alaska on a lot of different ideas that I wasn't really that into. So my idea is to release it online on a video streaming platform. I don't know how this is all going to work out because I'm still working on it, but do it within a ClickFunnels sales funnel where it's like you buy the movie, you can buy a T-shirt, you can buy because if you work in sales like you do in Omaha, you understand the process. And this online process, I think, I've talked to Kelly, is a great way for us to start selling our movies online with a distribution model that probably fucking works. And that's what my plan is right now is late August, develop the sales funnel. And again, it's going to take a long time to develop it. It's not going to be like an overnight fucking process. And develop it to the point where like there's tons of people that like this. There's tons of marketing. You've seen the Facebook ads. There's tons of interest. And my plan is to release it fully online under our own banner, our own platform. So we don't have to sign like a deal with Netflix or anybody else where it's like, okay, we get 6 figures or whatever for a film, and then we're just kind of like we have to raise more money for the next film. This way we control all our funds, all our money, everything else, and it goes through one sales funnel through ads, everything else, and that's kind of my plan right now. What do you think about that?
So is it going to be your video platform, or you're going to post it somewhere?
It's going to be a video platform, and I don't know what that's going to be right now, to tell you the truth. But I want it a video platform where we can sell it outright, and it's not like, okay, well, this video platform takes like 50% of the proceeds or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta check your margins, and then you also got to make sure, like, if you do a good job with marketing, you got to make sure they have the bandwidth to like let's just say on this not even opening night, who knows how good the opening on sale goes, but let's say like the Tuesday after you have 100 people trying to watch at the same time, do they have the bandwidth to like handle that, right? You got to make sure there's someone like legit.
Yeah, and we want to package it also that you can either buy it or rent it or whatever. Package it though in a digital platform also where this is a really crazy idea, but I want to do it like NFTs and stuff. Like,
yeah, shit, I made one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that, but
well, remember we did an episode about it, and I made one. One time I told you I was going to make it within a week, and I made it within like a day. It's not good, but it's a one of one.
Yeah, I would like it where we get a digital version of it where when you buy your copy of Redgate, it's digitally stamped with copy 1 of whatever, copy 2, copy 3. So it's like an individual movie file that you own. It's not just like, oh, I just copied this on my buddy's computer. So it's unique. That's what I want to look at make it unique as possible. So it's not just like you just buy the film and you get the same copy as everybody else.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
What would be kind of cool is if you did like each of your favorite numbers, there was like a little something you added on, like a little something at the end of the credits, just like some sort of message from, well, like if it's 22, right? Like Pat, you come on and have some sort of just different message. So then not only do they own like the 22nd copy, it's also a little bit more of a collectible because it has like, it's different than all the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay, I got the message for it too, Mahoney. It could be fuck Pat Cutler. Boycott, he's a piece of shit.
Honestly, I don't know. That could just be the opening credits at this point.
So yeah, what do you think about that, Kelly?
Yeah, we've kind of been talking about this, and I don't honestly understand everything from Pat's point of view or Matt's point of view. They're kind of the techies of Cutler Brothers Productions. But what I'd like to see, we've said it for years and years and years, where it's just like, well, obviously we got to do this ourselves. Obviously we got to act in this ourselves. We got to direct this ourselves, produce it ourselves, build it ourselves. We say that over and over and over. I'm like, Pat, maybe we should start fucking listening to ourselves. Why not have a Cutler Brothers website, on top of the Redgate and anything else, where people can go there and legitimately, like our own Netflix, Like, these guys are fucking interesting. These guys are funny, whatever it might be. They can come rent our movies, buy our movies, fucking watch our comedy night skits. I don't know how deep we want to get into it, but that's kind of my angle where I'm like, who fucking knows, like, when life is up for all of us. You know, it could be tomorrow, it could be in 50 years, but the point of the matter is, do we really want to keep trying to rely on somebody else to, like, make it for us as we've been doing our whole lives? I think we just go for it and just say, fuck it, this is Cutler Brothers. And then guess what? We answer to nobody. We answer to zero people. And maybe this is a great way to segue into the Elon Musk stuff with the freedom of speech, but we answer to nobody. We can put out our own films and our own jokes, and people don't like it. Well, fuck us.
Here's the thing I'd add on is once you get a successful running sales funnel, you just pour money back in like Facebook ads stuff, and then the money comes out like an ATM machine. So that's the thing is, you can, with this model, you can push it to as many people as you fucking want to. Like, you control it. And it's perfectly clear. A lot of people have asked me to buy this film. Tons of people here. Let me throw you a 20 spot. I'll buy this. It's like, well, it's not tipping out right now. So, I mean, there's plenty of interest in the marketing, in the image, in everything with this. And I think this gives us a huge leg up compared to like how you sign it with. I'll say Terrifier. Do you guys ever watch the film Terrifier?
Nope, never will. Never will.
You haven't watched, haven't you?
Nope,
That show's
never will.
That clown show's fucked up.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was really. So they made this film, Mahomes, for $100,000, and they sold it to. They didn't sell it to anyone. They sold like Fubu. What's that fucking Tubi TV or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
You can watch it for free, and they're still doing GoFundMe's for the next film because they never got any money out of the fucking thing. But if you watch that film for $100,000, that film is actually really fucking crazy. It's disgusting. It's bizarre. It's fucked up. Terrifying.
Didn't it get on Netflix? I swear to God, I watched it on Netflix.
It might have been on. It's been on a couple different streaming platforms, but clearly they got paid shit for the movie because they're still trying to raise funds for the next film.
Right.
But like Terrifier itself with that clown, it's a fucked up movie. And in my opinion, I thought it was really well done. For $100,000, that's a really fucking well done film.
Yeah, they got a couple shots in that movie that are kind of unforgettable, and this is comparing it to every movie we've ever watched, Silence of the Lambs, or the big ones that everyone's seen. But they got a couple scenes like when they first walk into the cafe, Pat, and the clown like smiles at them the first time.
Oh yeah,
like, that's a creepy ass shot. And clowns don't scare me, but that part was chilling.
If you haven't watched it, watch Terrifier. But their model. Funny. I just feel like when it comes to making money off that film, their model kind of failed. If they're on GoFundMe the next day, like, please, we went out of business just to make this.
Well, Pat, with the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the same thing. So they shot this film super low budget. So I think the guy that was in the wheelchair finally got his. Yeah, finally got his royalty check, and it was like for $18 or something for shooting that movie.
So the story. So I read the behind the scenes. There's a book on I read one day, and so Mahomes, you know the beginning of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre where the wheelchair guy falls out of the wheelchair and flies into the bushes. There's a stunt man that actually did that stunt, and he had a check, like he had that button-up shirt. He had the check in his fucking pocket on his button-up shirt. And once he got done shooting that scene, he just got up and walked off with his check. It's like, well, this film's going fucking nowhere.
You called it. You nailed that.
That's good they paid him before he even did the stunt.
No.
I think, though, when you start to look at the fact that, like, we're doing a TV series, probably we're going to present a film to Ken Burns here in May sometime. Look at everything else. It's like,
I love how casual you are about, like, how are you not talking more about Ken Burns? It's like everyone knows who that is. Yeah, so I'm doing this thing where Ken Burns is super famous. We're gonna pitch him.
The movie effect that Kelly does for every single YouTube video is Ken Burns effect.
Ken Burns, man. I do double Ken Burns. That's how much I like that motherfucker.
God, I just checked in my guys. We didn't get this film done probably the next couple of weeks, or it's not going to happen. So I probably should figure that out. So here's the connection though to Ken Burns. Just be totally transparent. I have a guy we met in Detroit. This guy is into all kinds of different connections. He's worked in the industry for a long time. And basically, he has a friend that Ken Burns is presenting at some kind of graduation at school warden. You ever heard of that?
Yes, the School of Business. The most famous business school on the planet. Yeah, I've heard of it.
And basically, we're going to have a contact that once we don't have the scissor reel, he's going to slip that film to this contact who's going to then promote it to Ken Burns before he speaks at this graduation.
Yeah, that seems pretty casual thing that I would, again, you didn't mention it until the end of a podcast. You're half an hour in. You talked about some Fright Fest. To me, that sounds like you didn't even get invited to. And you buried Ken Burns.
So
again.
what? This fucking guy implements a slow zoom. Big woo. No, in all honesty, I love Ken Burns. I didn't even know it was a person, but his effect, I really didn't. I did. I guess I don't think that deeply. I was just like, okay, this effect. Okay, motherfuckers, you want to laugh? Is Chroma a dude?
What?
Chroma in downtown Brooklyn? Is that a dude?
What the fuck were you talking about?
Chroma's another video effect. Is that named after a dude?
It's like
Anyway.
colored. No, I like how our biggest opportunities killer were like, I'll just backburner these things and do it.
I was trying to give a compliment. I'm like, I use Ken Burns all the time, and for instance, like if you watch Matt's bachelor party, when I zoom in on Tilly, this motherfucker, piece of shit, smoking his life away, whatever I said, that's a Ken Burns effect.
Yeah, I should get on that film here when we're done.
Hey, that film, what's he talking about? Redgate?
I don't know. I want to see this film with the zoom in on Tilly. This piece of shit.
It's your bachelor party.
I tell you, the film I put out is just the bachelor party. It's a Ken Burns effect going 24/7. Yep, Ken Burns.
But honestly, to kind of come to some closure on what we're saying here about, starting the sales funnel and stuff. Yeah, I think that's the way that we're going business-wise, 100%. It's, how it's been, mahogany. We've sat here our whole lives and said we want to do this, and 99% of people are against you. And then you have like us, and you have your inner circle, you and a couple other people that have really fucking chipped in or believe in our dreams. But other than that, it's like you really have to hold people's hands, talk them into it, or they're just there to fuck you over. They want to see you fail. And I'm like, dude, guess what? We got the people on this podcast and a handful of other people, and that is it. And that's really where we should focus our attention, money, everything,
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, I just have something to share here really quick. It has to do.
Every time he says that.
I know. Every time you say it, I'm like, this is not going to be on topic, and it's not going to have anything to do with anything.
So, it has to do with the moon landing here. Just take a look at this. This is pretty funny, actually. If you want to comment, viral North Pole moon video is extremely fake. So this guy did this video like he was on the North Pole and the moon just popped up like that. Does that look fake to you, Mahomes?
I mean, yes, of course that's fake.
Does it look extremely fake though?
That looks like something I'd see in a video game. That doesn't look real at all.
Well, watch this. Late Monday night, a Twitter account posted a video that purported to show what the moon looks like from the North Pole. That's what it looks like from the North Pole. Apparently, no snow or anything.
Yeah, no snow, and apparently that the moon is like when you're in the North Pole, it's just like thousands of miles closer to Earth.
He claimed the video showed the moon at the North Pole, where the day lasts 24 hours and the moon appears for only 30 seconds, fully blocking out the sun for 5 seconds before disappearing. Precisely, none of that is true.
Yeah, there's not an eclipse every single day in the North Pole.
Anyways, let's watch this video. Look how fake this video is. People thought this was a real video. Watch how fake this is. Here we go. Is that real to you?
No, it's not.
Yeah, maybe if you're on Mars filming it.
Jesus Christ. Who would believe that video was real?
Oh, and there it is. Total eclipse every single day.
I thought that was just going to be an ad for the bowling alley.
That's oh man, like that's who in their
It's
right
like the
mind
moon
is
came
believing
out.
that?
It's like the moon
There's
came
no-
out. Oh, hello. Goodbye. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
Who would honestly believe that? I watch it like, who would honestly believe that is real?
that's the issue. That's the biggest issue we have right now with just life in general. Is like someone watched that and is like, oh wow, I didn't know there was an eclipse every single day at the North Pole, even though that's just physically impossible.
Well, I'm one for my own conspiracy theories, but there's some that are put out there. I'm just like, oh my god, dude! Like someone today was like, I want to buy windows in Ukraine. I was like, okay. They sent me all these pictures of like all these cars that were blown up, and then all these windows that were intact on this house way behind it. Like, yeah, the cars are blown up, but not the windows.
What? What are you talking about?
I was like, all right, can we get off Grandpa's peace pipe for a second? And bring it, what are you trying to say, anyways? That the war's not going on.
Hey man, they're just blowing up cars in a factory and then setting them in the streets.
So
Wake up, sheep.
A lot of people, Pat and I will agree, a lot of people will watch this podcast and say, oh, they're a bunch of right-winger, teetotaling conspiracy theorists, but it's like, no, we're trying to balance on this teeter-totter of the political spectrum, and both polar opposites are so fucking out of their minds, it's insane, and we don't align with any of them. For me, I'm just looking for fucking truth,
100%. 100%.
Yeah, so maybe you should turn to the Bible, you heathen.
And honestly, that's a really good point by Matthew. That's hard to counter.
But even my mom, like God love my mom, she'll come in and just share something, about vaccines or whatever. I'm just like, Carrie Ann, don't you have other shit to worry about? You're fucking tired.
Oh shit! Oh
God.
God love you.
My fucking video is now like freezing for some reason. This is bizarre.
Oh yeah, it is.
Like,
Is it Mike freeze or Matt freeze?
It's a boycott Pat Cutler.
Maybe since we're halfway into the podcast, we should start talking about the topics of the podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. You've tried, to your credit, you've tried multiple times to segue into Elon Musk, so I'll shoot it to you to start because you're doing your damnedest.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Pat, but Elon Musk joining Twitter, and I really haven't read much about it. I just know, that he bought up some shares and things like that. I think if he's a legitimate, freedom of speech type of guy, that I'm 100% behind it, because I truly believe in the freedom of speech, and Twitter has been known to censor or ban. I mean, they censored the president of the United States, which whatever, but where do you draw the line where it's it's just complete bullshit where you can't even talk, because they can say, well, it's a platform and this is all new AOL Messenger and shit, but no, this is the way we communicate nowadays with each other. So you really can't censor it, or else you're completely going against the First Amendment of the United States. What do you think, Mahoney? I don't know that much about it. I'm just happy that he bought up whatever he bought up with Twitter.
He bought Twitter for $44 billion.
He bought the whole thing?
Yeah, he owns Twitter now. Well, it's going to have to go through the SEC, but basically he said his final offer was, I think, I can't remember if it was $54 or $56 a share, buying the company outright for $44 billion, which is just absurd money. But I mean, the thing is about Musk, he's obviously very successful, obviously a brilliant mind. So I've never been on Twitter. Everyone knows my opinion on social media and the drawbacks, but I think if he has certain ways to make it better, that's I'm all for it. Like, whatever. It's, that's kind of the beauty of our free country is he has the wealth to buy it. He bought it. So I'll probably never be on Twitter, but if he can do it and make it better, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, I don't really want people being censored, but I would like there to be some way of like, helping people out a little bit. Like we have all these people that believe that moon video that Pat just showed is real. Like, can we help people out, or is it just are we just like, if you're dumb enough to believe it, then that's kind of on you. But I don't think, I mean, whatever. Everyone's going to be offended by everything anyway. So just censor that.
Just a quick check. Is my audio working fine? Can you hear my audio fine?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
We can hear you.
Okay, because my fucking video and I just did a test. It's just with this fucking StreamYard for some reason.
You keep freezing like there's a dick in your mouth.
Yeah, it's really fucking annoying. I now know what Matt feels like. It's like, come the fuck on.
A big boycott Pat Cutler cock in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. So
if you missed it, Pat, we got the Elon Musk conversation going while you were gone.
Yeah, I recognize that. I'm just kidding.
He just shuts the whole thing down.
No, I'm glad that I was able to like leave and stuff and not get the stream shut down, which is cool. But check this out. This is where I have a fucking problem with this, and this is all from the left who doesn't believe in free speech whatsoever. Just check this out. This is a report from I think there was this MSNBC. Just read that fucking headline. Explain that shit to me.
Yeah, that's insane.
What alarms is it raising?
Yeah, exactly. Elon Musk wants to make Twitter a haven for free speech. That's raising alarms. Think about that fucking headline.
It would the headline would make more sense if it like a haven for hate speech or something. But free speech is just there's like people can say whatever they want to say. They could say it to me on the streets if they wanted. They won't, but everyone's a lot tougher on the internet. But I don't know. That's weird.
And
so, Pat, is Twitter like, is it like Facebook where you have to befriend people to see their content, to see their stuff, to follow them? Is Twitter a lot like Facebook?
Well, Facebook kind of changed their rules a little bit too, but Twitter and Instagram were the same, where you follow somebody. You're not necessarily friends, but you follow somebody. But not even on Facebook, you just follow people's posts. You don't have to even like be friends with them. It depends on their thing. But Twitter is you follow them. You're not necessarily.
I guess my whole point is on all these platforms, because I disagree too with the other thing we're going to talk about. The Truth Network, Truth Social, or whatever, or Gab, the thing that our older brothers shared today, and they were dropping, whatever the fuck they wanted to say on there. I agree that you should be able to see what you want to see or follow who you want to follow, but it seems like it's already set up that way. So why are they censoring certain people? Who gives a fuck? If I don't like what this person's saying, I don't have to read it and I don't have to follow them. Isn't that how it's still set up?
100%. So here's the deal. And here's a lot of the mythology and stuff. I caught the end of what Mahomes was saying. Like, this idea that Elon Musk has taken over Twitter and there's suddenly going to be no fucking rules whatsoever. You just go on there and say whatever the fuck you feel like. That's not really true. This guy's a businessman. He's not like, he's not going to be like, oh yeah, you can say whatever you want now. Hey, for this guy, what his actual intentions are kind of interesting. But oh god, he had this tweet today.
So Pat, when you say whatever you want, can you please give our audio listeners a example of that?
I think you guys have already done a good enough job.
He had a point though earlier today. I don't have it on here. The tweet's gone magically, but he basically, maybe it's under tweet and replies. He basically said the idea that an entire news organization. Oh, here we go. Fucking, I'll screenshot this right now. This is a really fucking interesting point he made because there's so much context in this one tweet he made. Let me just pull this up for you guys really quick. This is really fucking interesting. Okay, enough of Joy Hamilton. All right, come on.
Was that your Tinder?
God, I like the screamer. John Wayne Gacy just goes blank, like a true serial killer.
That's
Seriously.
not good.
I hope he's doing okay.
Let me share this really quick. So this is a point that I like to make is so how do you say his name? He was the guy. This is the guy that was involved with the decision to remove Trump, and he also removed. If you recall, back in the 2020 election, Hunter Biden story was censored by Twitter. Not only did it censor it for the New York Post, but they actually suspended the New York Post, which is a pretty big journalist organization out of New York. They suspended their news organization for releasing a tweet and a story on Hunter Biden. And this is what this guy who's broke down crying at a meeting with his buddies, whatever, at Twitter, uncertainty about the future of the platform. This is a guy that endorsed censoring the story about Hunter Biden's laptop, which was a big story in regards to the 2020 election. This guy is suddenly in tears talking to people, the staff at Twitter. All right, Kelly gets back. So Kelly, I'm just going over this tweet. It's pretty significant here. Is this guy was the guy that the New York Post released a story in 2020 during an election about Hunter Biden's laptop. It was factually, there was nothing wrong with it. And Twitter went ahead on this guy's advice, basically one of the top guys, to shut down the New York Post's entire Twitter handle over the story that was damaging to Joe Biden. So, I mean, Elon Musk in here, submitting the Twitter account of a major news organization for publishing a truthful story was obviously incredibly inappropriate, which is 100% true. If you publish a true story, you shouldn't just be shut down by Twitter for political reasons. And that's one of the points that Musk is trying to make here. What do you think about that, Kelly?
Yeah, and they do it all the fucking time. The what publication was that? The New York.
It was the New York Post.
Yeah, and they do it all the time, and that's where people get pissed off about this shit. This is not an opinion piece. Oh, fuck Joe Biden and these gas prices, you know. It's about a legitimate concern over his son's whatever the content of his laptop is and his connections to the Ukrainian, oil companies, which nobody denies any of that shit. So why are they shutting it down? So Elon Musk, I'm glad that we got a couple of billionaires out there that actually have some balls and that are some good guys, because I don't care if you're the president of the United States, and nobody cared when it was Donald Trump either. They called him out for fucking prostitutes, in the 80s and all kinds of shit. So you can call out Trump, but you can't call out Biden and his family. It just doesn't make any sense. It's complete horseshit.
I was just going to say, that's a chunk of change to spend on a social media platform and fucking $40 billion.
43.
I mean, do you think like that he sees the future obviously in that platform, or do you think something else is going to come out that's kind of,
I honestly think he wants to bring it back to where Twitter was before 2020, where it was a pretty open platform. You could have a lot of free speech and it wasn't politically motivated and all these different things. So I think he has that, but I think he also understands the business model of like he's not going to turn it conservative or liberal because there's no fucking money in that. What do you think about all this, Mahomes?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think he's made a lot of money by not being dumb, So I think he won't have it lean too far one way or the other, because if you do that, you cut off half your money stream, and he's not dumb enough to do that. So it's whatever. I never went on Twitter because to me it was always like I considered Twitter just like the back in Facebook, and it was like just people posting updates, and you didn't really post pictures. That's what I was like. My opinion's not that interesting. I say that as I'm on a podcast right now. But that's why I never got on Twitter. But a lot of people I know use that as like a news source. Like that's, that, and that's how you'll get like breaking sports news now. Everyone know, like me and everyone on here, if we were on Twitter, could know if a player got traded, like sometimes before the even player gets traded. So
yeah. The problem is that it seems as if one side of the political spectrum is trying to censor the other side, and the other side doesn't give a fuck. Like, you can say your crazy ass shit, you can say whatever you want. There should be no censorship whatsoever. But then one side says, well, no, we need to censor this. This is hate speech and all these fucking douchebaggy words they've made up the last 5 years. But me, where I come from, censor nobody. You can say whatever the fuck you want. I don't care if I agree with you, disagree with you. You could say whatever the fuck you want. Now, you have to deal with the consequences of that. You want to run out in the street and say something that's so morbidly offensive that you piss off 90% of the public or more, then you have to deal with the consequences. But that's why we have consequences, you know? Because you can't just do whatever you can do whatever the fuck you want in America, but you're going to face some backlash. But you can't just say no. If you say no to this guy, you have to say no to this guy, and that's a slippery slope that I'm not willing to play that game.
And I mean, it's social media is such a shit show anyway. Like, I really think it's the worst thing. Like, it started out, I think, innocently enough as like a way to stay connected with people, but it's not that, and it's really toxic for most people.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, Kelly, going off your point, and people like, oh my God, you know, need to do something about this hate speech or whatever the hell's going on. But even something like Facebook does give you the option. Go ahead and snooze this person for 30 days or block them if you want to, you know what I'm saying? But like you said, everything has consequences. You block them, then they're going to get on Facebook. Oh my God, they blocked me. Then boycott Pat Cutler.
Well,
once again.
I want to say something too as to why Elon Musk paid so much for Twitter. And, you know, we're talking about Truth Social or Gab or all these other things coming out. And maybe the younger generation is different than me, you know, clearly. But for me, I just don't think you can replace the Twitter. I don't think you can replace the Facebook. Like, as hard as you try, that's where people are going to go. I haven't been on another platform since 2000, whenever I started college, 2004. It's been Facebook the entire time. I don't even have a Twitter account, you know, but I know that if I had something, that would be next. Now I have a TikTok, but the point of the matter is you can't just come out and say, okay, you know, we're going to start something called, you know, Deer in the Headlights, and it's a freedom of speech platform. It's just not going to beat Facebook. So paying $43 billion for Twitter, I think it's a steal for Elon Musk, in all honesty.
I kind of want to start Deer in the Headlights as a social media platform now, just to see where it goes.
I don't know where that came from.
Like, it's a great point, because remember when Google tried? There was some sort of like Google social media. I can't even remember what the hell it was called. That's how badly it crashed and burned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pat, do you remember what that was?
It was Google. It was like Google Plus or something like that. It seriously it was like Google.
But seriously, think about that for a second. Would you say 40
it was
some
Google Plus? Sorry, it was Google Plus. Yeah,
Google Plus. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Google Plus. I was gonna say, go ahead and think about that for a second. $40+ billion for a fucking company. Someone's just sat down on their computer one day and figured out the code. That's insane, because Twitter doesn't even fucking exist in the real world. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. But remember when Trump was going to start his Truth Social, and I think we can segue there because that's supposed to be the other part of this podcast. Well, I still haven't jumped on that. I'm still on Facebook because Facebook is where it's at. Facebook is what people are comfortable with, you know, and Facebook has fucked up policies and shit like that. But it would take a lot. Honestly, I feel like most people, like, it's either Facebook or die. It's like, yeah, Facebook becomes so fucking corrupt and shitty. I'm done with social media. I'm not going to go to another shitty platform and do the same shitty things for the next 16 years, you know?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I'm not.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing as like, okay, well, I agree with this guy. Let's go on to this other platform where it's whatever Trump's or Biden's or whoever's social media platform. where you're just gonna hear the same shit that you want to
Well,
hear
yeah.
constantly. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna learn anything out of that.
And sadly, yeah, I don't want to hear like people agree with me 24/7. I
Yeah,
want to hear
exactly.
I want to hear someone disagree with me. I mean, isn't that the point of America, of the United States? I want to hear someone tell me that my ideas are fucked up, and then I can argue towards them or go, "Oh yeah, you make a good point." I like
Your
that
ideas are
dialogue.
fucked up.
Yeah.
Your ideas are really fucked up.
But
You're
if someone
never-
was just like blowing you, oh, you're so fucking smart.
Well, there's your highlight clip of the show right there.
It'd be like the Twilight Zone,
I
Well,
finally,
Go ahead, Pete.
I finally figured out my issue. I had too many fucking tabs open on my Chrome. I think that's what my issue was.
It's like
So-
too many porn tabs.
Yes.
I was gonna
He's
say,
got-
yeah.
He's got too many like random boycott Pat Cutler things he was going to drop in the show. Just queued up.
So go ahead, Mahomes.
I was just going to say, like, to your point, Kel, if we sign up for this social media or that, like, I started with MySpace, I think, like everyone did. Then I went to Facebook, and then, like, I did Instagram, and then I was like, I'm not doing any of this other. Like, I'm not doing Twitter. I don't want to tweet shit because I don't think people are going to care what I have to say. And it's funny that I'm on a podcast. But again, to your point, like, if they all just go where everyone thinks the same thing, no one's going to learn. Like, you're not going to learn anything that way. You just get dumber.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll say Twitter's a little bit of a cesspool or whatever, but Facebook's the fucking worst. And Facebook's not going away, by the way. This can be around forever. Facebook, when it comes to feeling complete shit, Mahomes, spend at least 3 straight hours on Facebook going through your news feed, and you would feel like complete dog shit.
I don't really do, like, I follow up on like you guys and family, and every now and then I'll see some people that maybe I went to college with that I haven't, like, see what their life is like. But if people share like the whatever just gross, nasty shit, I got no time for it.
That's what I actually get on there to watch, but I mostly see the fake ass bullshit that goes on there. But anyways, you have to look at it like this way. Like, I look at this: everything you take in for information is shaping your entire viewpoint of the entire world. So if you're on Facebook and Instagram are very similar in ways. If you're on there constantly seeing what everybody else is doing, your mind is being shaped to that's how the real world is. When the truth is that's not how the fucking real world is a lot of times. So when I talk about social media, I fucking I tried to consume the least amount as possible, which isn't always easy. I have a lot of connections, networking I do on Instagram with a bunch of different people. Facebook not so much, but Instagram I do a lot of networking with a lot of different people. But I still try to consume like the least amount as possible because I knew that's shaping my viewpoint of the world. And it's just kind of like, fuck this. It's like, it's annoying. Even like the entrepreneur stuff I follow sometimes gets fucking annoying. Well, 6 months. Don't whack off. Don't drink. Exercise 500 hours every day, and you'll be a different fucking person.
I know it's that's some of that stuff's so unreal. I wake up, do 500 push-ups, 500 squats, 2,000 sit-ups, and then have 14 smoothies, and then all I do is cold call.
The guy, I had one guy on there. He's this British guy. This guy's his TikTok's really fucking interesting. He's like, if you want to be a weak-minded person, I have this one question: you're a weak-minded person or not? Do 500 push-ups today, 24 hours, no excuses. Just do it. Well, you can't because you're a fucking pussy.
Okay, that's certainly an interesting motivational tactic to get people to come back to your spot. Good for him. Takes all kinds.
Dude, I finally found a home for my content though, and it's TikTok. It's just crazy to say this, but like when it started out for me, it was like when Facebook first came out, I could go in there. I was talking about fucking girls in high school and shit and all kinds of bizarre, crazy stuff on Facebook. You think about that today, like imagine tagging girls today, like, yeah, I fucked you. Yeah, we had sex. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's all fake though, because I mean, look at TikTok. It's like, are you really being yourself on TikTok? You know, it's like all of these platforms are all fake as shit. I see them as like money, which I always say about money. It's a tool to do what you want to do. So like Facebook, for me, is just like, hey, Fiddler on the Roof's coming up, or you know, stay in the limelight, or say something interesting so that eventually, you know, when we have a show or something that you need customers for, you can actually, you know, you have a fan base or people that are following you. That's the same as TikTok or Instagram or any of them.
I just say it's fucking entertainment too. It's like anytime I don't know, someone in town or something, someone you know, like posts like, "Oh my god, they've been cheating on me forever. Look at these. I took all these screenshots
I love that shit.
Conversation." And you're just sitting there looking at it, fucking 2:00 in the morning. Man, I should be in bed right now.
I love that shit.
Yeah, it is entertainment 100%. I think Facebook or all this shit is toxic when you're on it like all the time. Like I'll post a TikTok video too, and then you're like, oh, I wonder how many views I got. I wonder how many likes I got. And I just like Joe Rogan's got it best if he actually does this. You know, he says that he'll post something and then he doesn't go back and look at all, like who's liking it or whatnot. But that kind of gets a little bit toxic.
Just wanted to bring up those, like, I know my pursuit, when I wanted to go with my story, was that my pursuit is finding the one application I can basically just say whatever the fuck I want to, and there's no people freaking the fuck out or whatever. For whatever reason, TikTok, by the way, there's a lot of fucking rules with TikTok. I can't go on there and say I want to suck my dad's cock tonight on there, and it's fine.
What is with all the fellatio talk today?
Oh, sorry. We thought we were at JB's around the campfire.
Yeah, man. This is a live recording. There's at least 5 people watching.
Come on, he's cool.
I'm telling you, like TikTok, you learn the rules of the game of TikTok. You can be super fucking real on there, or just do crazy shit on there, and it doesn't care as long as you don't go out of control or whatever. But my test market now, Kelly, I released. I'm trying to figure out this TikTok. By the way, we're actually developing a film on TikTok called Bad Napoleon. Napoleon Goes to Hell. That's what we're developing it on. I'm throwing out ideas on videos there, but my algorithm right now is I'm going to do 10 to 12 videos a week, somewhere in that range on TikTok, and I'm going to see what fucking hits and what doesn't. Because it's like, at a 10 to 12 videos, I need 1 or 2 to actually hit. I'm not talking about like 100 views or a couple hundred. I'm talking like thousands of views. That's what I'm kind of playing with now. And we're playing with the Napoleon Dynamite thing because people are obsessed with Napoleon Dynamite. And unfortunately, Mahomes, I thought that was just going to be like a one-off. Okay, we're going to move on. Like, it's honestly, I'll be honest, it's plagued me my entire life. It's like my cancer in life. Just
that's a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch, but I get. Yeah. How about it's your cross to bear?
It's my cancer.
I just want to grow my hair out and act normal, and I can't do that without getting the Napoleon Dynamite shit.
Hey, dude, just fucking own it, man. That's what I say. Just fucking own it. But yeah, no, you're exactly right. And TikTok is, all these platforms are a little bit different, because TikTok, I've had people come up to me and just say, oh yeah, did you follow me on TikTok? It's like, oh no, I don't yet. Like, okay, yeah, I have 60,000 followers, and this is just some random Joe Schmo from fucking Anaconda or whatever. 60,000 followers, because all you need is one video to hit on there. And I've thought about the algorithm as well, because I'm watching this guy, and I don't even think he's all that funny, but he's consistent. He's like this teacher. His name's Lee McNasty. I'll have to send you guys a clip if you don't watch him. But he's like this teacher, and then he's a student, and he says this weird shit. It's a very simple like concept for a comedy night sketch, but he's consistent. He's got 100 videos, and they're all practically the same. And every one of them you watch, you're like, oh, when's he gonna say the thing? And I just think, I think that's the dumbing down of America or the world or whatever. It's like, yeah, they want that like something to be a part of, if that makes any sense. Like,
so at this point, like,
the thing.
I'll say, yeah. He says it. By the way, like this point though, and I talked to Kelly about this too. Is like, I don't even do Napoleon Dynamite videos sometimes. I'll just do the video of myself saying whatever I fucking want on TikTok, and I'll still get the Napoleon Dynamite comments. Where's Pedro? All this shit constantly. And it's so fucking weird. You can grow your audience really fucking fast on TikTok. Like I seriously went from like, oh my God, I had 800 views on this. It's fucking crazy. Now I'm looking at like, okay, can I get to 10,000 views? Can I get to like 12,000 views? Like, I'm not even fucking joking with you. Like right now, my highest video right now, I pin the top videos to my top of my profile. My highest video is around 10,000. My second highest video is around 9,000 something. It's catching up to it. And then my third highest is like 5 or 6 or 7,000. But that's just within videos the last couple weeks, not like videos the last month. I'm telling you, like, there's a market for TikTok for someone like me that goes on there, just says whatever the fuck they feel like. There's a fucking market for that. It's so weird. TikTok's weird. It's a different thing.
Wow.
And you're going to write the fucking movie script on Napoleon Dynamite Goes to Hell based on my TikToks, right?
Yeah, I'll definitely reference them.
Man, that's crazy though. So there's this guy on YouTube that just does the kills to horror movies. He'll go the kill count. His name is James A. Janice. He's entertaining as hell, and he just watches shitty horror movies and just goes through the kills by kill. And I guess that's where I saw Terrifier, and I didn't see the movie. I just saw the kills.
Sorry, did you say Terrifier or Terror Ward? I didn't hear that
yeah, pretty much the same there, Pat. But you just see the kills or something like that, and you just get super scared. I was saying you could do the dumbest shit and get paid for it, and hardly have to do anything, in today's world.
I'll go off Matt's point though. Is like, Kelly, I'm telling you right now, Kelly, the videos where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do. I have this. It's so weird. I get TikTok videos in the middle of the night sometimes. Like, this is so fucking stupid. I don't want to do this video. It's so dumb. It's so completely stupid. I don't want to film it. It's so fucking stupid. You film that video, you get tons of fucking views. Mm-hmm. And by the way, like, you talk about consistency, like you and your YouTube channel and stuff like that. It rewards you for consistency. It's not about like, oh, I did one viral video will max your fucking subscribers out for sure, but like consistency is where it fucking matters. Like TikTok is the same thing. It's so weird, yeah.
Yeah, anytime you're editing a video and wondering like, oh, is this a waste of time? Well, it's absolutely not. I enjoy doing the videos because I know even at the very least, next year or when I'm older, I can sit down and watch these videos and go. And Matt and Kaya and a lot of people, Tilly, they already do. They watch them from. I started in 2020. And you watch these videos and it's already like, holy shit. I forgot about this day. I forgot about what we were doing. We went snowmobiling. We're filming Jesus Christ Superstar and stuff like that. It's like it's fresh in your face, in your mind when you're doing it. No one's going to give a shit about this. But guess what? In 2 or 3 years or 5 years, yes, people will give a shit because it's like an NFT or a piece of art. It's gone. Like, this is all you got, baby. You know what I mean?
But yeah, I gave Kelly when I came back from Alaska, I gave Kelly the advice to just start producing stuff on YouTube every single fucking day. Because it does fucking matter. It's kind of weird. I gave him that advice and I went on YouTube. I've kind of like, YouTube for me right now is basically the Prison City podcast. And I probably went off YouTube a little bit. But like TikTok, it's just, oh God. It's the difference between me and Kelly is I have 500 different video projects I'm working on all the time, where Kelly's video project for the most part is like his YouTube channel. So it's like a little bit different where it's like, that shit. But TikTok's fun because I just do it, say whatever I want. What do you think about this, Mahomes? Go ahead.
I think my video projects, every Friday, for those of you who don't know, every Friday is when the new shows come out on Disney and Nickelodeon. And so I make sure I record those for my daughter. And that's like, for me, that's my video stuff that I work my ass off on that. Because to Kelly's point, when a new episode of Paw Patrol comes out, like, yeah, I got some stuff on there from like 2 years ago, and I can go back and watch that whenever I want now because I recorded it. So, no, I do think like the stuff yeah, for real though. It's super interesting. It's kind of like it's like a video blog that it'll be fun to watch. When we're in our like 50s and 60s to go back and watch that stuff from like bachelor parties or just all the different things that we've done together. So I think it's super interesting. TikTok, I said it before, my wife is like super into TikTok, and I don't think I'm interesting enough to like put videos out there, or I really think basically my sense of humor kind of falls within the three people that I'm looking at that generally think I'm funny. So I don't know if I would go viral in a good way. But it's super interesting.
I wish that we had like TikTok and shit all the way back to when we first started, because I mean, we got a little bit, but I would die to fucking watch like, anything from the olden days, down to prison and stuff. And I think it was the end of Big Fat Fibber or one of those shows we were watching a year ago. And there was like, the camera was just left on. You could hear us shaking hands. Then we came in, we got on stage and we were kind of talking like, hey, good show. And I don't know, that stuff was just really interesting, which during the time was probably boring as fuck, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I would watch an entire, if we had it, I'd watch an entire day. If when we got to the theater, through the show and after the show, I would watch that 100%.
Yeah. And by the way, Stuart Jewell is actually tuning in, and I'm not sure who our one viewer is, because I know Martin likes to watch all these shows. But Stuart Jewell was talking about TikTok with me on text messenger. It doesn't take your personal information, stuff like that. And my response to that is, well, Facebook does the exact same thing. People don't like TikTok because it's like China, but it's, I don't know. You go on TikTok, the rules are a lot more restrictive actually than YouTube. I could post videos on YouTube. Honestly, it'll be fine. On TikTok, it will not be fine. But anyways, like, yeah, going back with what Kelly says, like, so Mahomes, you want to hear I'll go over some of my top videos right now. Is like, my top video right now on TikTok is I'm looking out the window right here in my box office, and I'm calling my ex-girlfriend passing in a car in Dirt Lodge a fucking slut. 10,000 views.
10,000 views?
Yes.
Didn't you say it was like 1,000 views like a week ago?
No, it's like close to 10,000 views now. That's my number one video.
That's insane.
Is that not insane?
What,
so,
like, how did you tag the video? Like, what's like, what hashtags or whatever? Like, how are people finding it?
I do Napoleon Dynamite, but that was not on Napoleon Dynamite hashtag. That was just like Montana girlfriends dating advice, something like that. Like, it was nothing fancy. So now, the video that's starting to hit right now for me is I walk around saying people I won't back down to are fucking idiots and stuff. And I talk about how meth is the backbone of the economy in Dirt Lodge. And then I'm running for the HR district, whatever, in Dirt Lodge, and keep Dirt Lodge alive, keep meth alive. And that video is hitting.
I bet it's very funny. You should do something when you're like in a debate with an actual serious politician. Like, Kelly can play the serious politician, and all you do is talk about meth. Like, that's your counterpoint is everything about meth.
Like, my platform is to keep meth on the streets. That's how I said on the video. I'm telling you,
if anything, I'd like to get meth in our schools. Get these kids started.
I told Pat I think he needs to run for politics, man. I was like, I think that's his place, because he has no problem not backing down and saying whatever the fuck's on his mind, and I think politics kind of needs that right now.
Hey, what is the race for HR district in the Powell County area? Like, who's in that, or how do I get into that? If I want to sign up for that today,
I would have to imagine like the person who's in it probably ran unopposed. So I think it would be.
Yeah, I don't know how any of that works. Is that the, like, Greg Fraser? Was he the seat, or I don't know how it works with like city, district, all that shit.
No, talk to Greg Fraser himself and see what he wants to do.
Hey, I want to run against you. How can I do that?
Hey, just go for mayor, man. Why start? Don't do the HR district.
No.
Go for the whole thing.
Yeah, he could have been mayor last run, man.
Oh, here we go. By the way, our good friend from Canada, Martin Lai, is still tuned in tonight, folks. Thank you.
Oh, God,
Martin.
thank you.
Thank you, Martin.
Very much.
Thank you, Martin.
Thanks for
Oh,
You
Canada.
and Stuart Jewell is watching this on a private server. You can't get his name. What's his address, Kelly? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I think he's watching it. He's watching it playing with his private parts too.
God, how is there only one viewer, but he's still tuned on? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Because he's Reb Mordka from Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
And I got to give a plug. This opens on Friday, Fiddler on the Roof. Come check it out, folks. It's a good
Yeah,
show.
from Canada.
Yeah, come on,
Martin. It's
Canada.
a good show.
I got. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Kelly.
I was going to say we got a discount if you're from Canada. Instead of a $20 ticket, it's a $30 ticket.
It's 30 pesos if you're from Canada.
Yeah. Dude, I have to admit, Martin, I'm sad to admit tonight, but I'm not sure who your hockey team is up there because there's plenty of teams in Canada, but the Edmonton Oilers beat the fuck out of my Penguins tonight. It was very disappointing.
Language, please.
They're by far the better team. Stu just said he doesn't have a Google account. That's why he can watch this, not count as a viewer. So Stu is actually watching right now.
Man, it's Stu, you are like a secret agent.
No, here's the truth, Moans. We have 1 billion secret agents. It's not just one viewer every show.
That's a fun way to think of it. I don't think that's true, but that's a
that's a fun way to think of it.
That's what I'm going to tell myself now.
You didn't have to be an asshole, man. We're trying here.
Hey, Stu, like Elon Musk wants to buy Prison City podcast.
Listen, and I'd give it to him for $20 billion, like half of what, you know.
Hey, what's the opening bid for the Prison City podcast right now?
$12.
I was going to say 13 cents.
Oh, come on.
Opening bid is 13 cents. The buy it now price is $1.25.
Hey, Mahomes, what is the opening bid for the NFT of the Mahomes drunk episode?
$0. No one wants that. I'll buy it from you for fucking $50 so I can set it on fire.
So what I really want to talk about here as we begin this episode tonight, you can't tell me Trump's Truth social media, like wherever your political spectrum is, it's been a fucking disaster. It's been an epic disaster. So here's the backbone of Trump's Truth social media he advertised it for a long time, and then in March they opened up the Truth social media. And do you sign up for Truth social media? Anybody on this broadcast?
Nope.
No. So they had a waiting list when they first opened the big opening, a big waiting list. You know how long the waiting list lasted?
2 weeks.
2 fucking months. You couldn't sign in.
Oh,
2
man.
fucking months. You cannot sign in. So when you finally do sign in the Truth social media, it's nothing but a Twitter knockoff, which is what Parler and Gab and all these things are. And it's probably going to be just as much regulated as anything else because you have to be on the Apple AppTunes stores and everything else. And basically, now that it actually is letting people into Truth social media, guess what? Elon Musk just bought fucking Twitter. So the whole free speech thing with Truth social media kind of goes out the fucking window. This is gonna, I'm not gonna call it failure yet because it's still going. This has got to be one of the most epic disasters for the launch of a social media company ever in the history of the world. What do you guys think about it?
Google Plus went for like 5 years. just because it was still going doesn't mean it's successful.
$44 is what Stu would pay for this podcast to take it over.
All right. Like,
are you guys ready to sell
$11 each, boys?
Ha ha.
I wonder how he got to that number. $44. Well, you probably calculated it all out.
He must have the good shit tonight.
Well, what do you? I think it's interesting. What do you think about this Truth social media, Kelly, with Trump and everything else? Like, what do you make of all that?
Who knows? I mean, a year ago, 2 years ago, I had a different opinion, but Now I haven't been on there. I haven't got a account or whatnot, and it goes back to what I was saying about Facebook and Twitter and everything that exists. It's hard to slay a giant like that. It's like I don't want to go on something and hear like the same opinion, no matter what the opinion is. What the
Did you see
fuck
that
is he
big fucking
giggling about over there?
Did you see that big swig he just took out the
Yes.
fucking vodka?
Hey, Pat, your video's not freezing anymore. We saw that whole thing.
Oh shit! Sorry.
I don't know. I think Trump needs to let bygones be bygones. Who knows?
Okay, Father Stu.
Yes, my name is Father Stu. I'll be playing at the Rialto this weekend.
What?
Oh
right.
man!
Hey, it's time to round the Father Stews.
Round those horses.
Yeah, that's what it's feeling like.
I think
All right.
Stewie has to go memorize some lines.
Hey, Stu.
That's how we treat our viewers. Get back to work.
You got some work to do, young man.
Hey, Canada, get back to work.
Canada. I'm from Saskatchewan. He's in a fucking thong.
Host teasers.
Here, let me
You
show-
host teasers. We have the Toronto Maple Leafs.
He's
Oh,
actually
Austin Matthews, yeah,
more
because
towards
stud.
right.
Hey, thanks for tuning in, you host teaser.
Oh,
So yeah, so here's the deal, guys.
Is he about to put up another graphic, Mahoney?
That's what I think. That would be a great way to end the show.
Oh, come on, he's cool. My head falls off.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's funny.
Mahoney, at this point, is anybody watching besides Canada and Stewie?
Not a chance. Like, I'm barely watching, and I'm in it.
Not a chance.
Hey,
You didn't have to be an asshole about it, man.
hey, just think, Joe Rogan, episode 3000. We're not even to 300 yet, so we're good.
Yeah. And you know what? Just like him, I don't even look at the comments because no one leaves any.
Oh, come on. He's cool till he walks out of nowhere in a thong.
So yeah, we're going to the horror convention this weekend in Dallas, Texas.
Pat tries to pull it back.
Pull it back. But you know what? My main focus is Mahomes by far. By far. By far.
By far this weekend or just like in life?
In life.
I
In life.
don't know. Becoming a viral superstar on TikTok? I'm not sure.
No. That fucking boycott Pat Cutler anniversary episode.
Oh,
when
yeah.
that airs.
Are you gonna bury the hatchet? That seems like you're ready for it.
We're gonna finally bury the hatchet there. We should all show up dressed as clowns in the episode.
I'll put on my shirt again.
Yeah,
Sure.
Boycott Pat Cutler episode, folks, happening next month. Outweighs anything you got going on in your life. It's gonna be the best episode ever.
and don't scare away our 2 viewers.
Hey, Canada, after tonight, this podcast is called Hose Teasers.
Hey, Mahomes, what do you think the amount of guests that will have on that show will be?
I don't know. I never know anytime we sign on, like who might show up.
Pat, I will pay $100 per person if you get Justin Marshall, Marianne, and Dane Thompson on that show. I will PayPal $100 to each person besides those 3.
What?
Oh, I thought you meant you would pay them $100 to come on.
No, I'll pay us.
Oh, I'm in then.
Yes, that feels like really easy money.
Yeah, I feel like there's a disconnect here now. So maybe we should round them horses.
Yeah, I think they are ready to be rounded.
All right, let's round those.
That's funny though. I'm gonna pay. You're gonna pay them to be on the show. No, I'm gonna pay us to be on the show.
No,
Even if they don't show up.
I'll pay us if Pat gets them on the show. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah, that was
More
horses.
closure on that.
Round them up.
Hey, ask Stewie after the last 10 minutes what this podcast is worth now.
Stewie, what is this podcast worth right now?
I don't think he'd pay us 44 cents at this point.
I would like to announce, guys, starting right now, Stewie will be a special guest on the Boycott Pat Cutler anniversary episode.
All right, Stewie, welcome back, man.
Mike Freeze will be a guest. Welcome back, Mike Freeze.
Was Stewie on the? Was he on the last episode prior to the boycott, the
Yes.
aliens episode? Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back. Drew Bynum will be back on that episode. All right.
Jesus.
Ken Kimberly will be joining the episode that week. Roger Frazier, welcome. Ken Burns will not be there. I'm sorry. It's not quite on our level.
Saying names.
Welcome back, Mark Anthony Rains, the anniversary episode. Welcome back, Mark Anthony Rains.
Yes.
Welcome back, Helen Mahoney.
Never heard of her.
Welcome back, Tony Savola is going to be on that episode.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I guess we can start it tomorrow. It'll be done by July.
If we did that episode, though, if we did like 15 minutes per person.
How?
It's not going to happen.
You never happen. We had 2 topics, and it took us 40 minutes to get to one of them. We can't do that.
You just have to mute everyone that's everyone that's not supposed to talk.
Hey, Mahomes, I got 20 people can join this actual stream on my license, or like 15 or something like that. Can we fit them all in?
We can. It would be an absolute nightmare. But yeah,
Hey, make it like a debate, dude. Do like a tournament style. 2 people debate, and whoever loses, you kick off the podcast.
God, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Hey, first round, Mark Anthony Rains versus Christina Holmes.
First round, Mark Anthony Rains versus Cole Kennedy.
I don't even know who that is, man. Like, what
Yeah, he was the
to-
Kentucky guy or whatever, the down south guy. Arkansas.
We need to rein this shit in.
Let's bring this in. I just want to give you a heads up. That episode is gonna be fucking nuts. Are you ready for it?
No, for sure I'm not.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Mahoney, this entire episode is just like a setup for the next episode.
No. And then when we get to the and on it goes. Every episode we have, we talk about the next episode. We never get to it.
Oh, we're having fun here.
Mark Anthony Rains live in studio for the Boycott Pat Cutler episode. I
Live
guarantee
in
that now.
studio.
Studio, flying in from the UK.
It bankrupts us $2,000. All right, we should probably round the fucking horses here, huh?
Let's round the fucking horse. That episode, I guarantee you, Mahomes, is going to be out of control.
Much like this one, yes.
Oh, here we got Bob Pentland joining the show.
What are we doing? Round up.
Bob.
All right, round the horses.
What are we doing?
Gee,
around the fucking
Hey,
porch.
Pat, pass that vodka through the screen, man. Here.
Okay, Pat, I'll go
Or is it
first. All
the other
right.
side?
All right, here we go. Let me switch the screen here really quick.
Okay, I'll go first. I think that Easter is a good time for families to get together. Everyone likes to put eggs around, and gave my son a chocolate bunny. He enjoyed that. But yeah, just be safe out there in Easter because your dog, your kid can run into traffic. A lot of people driving. And yeah, happy Easter, everyone.
What the fuck?
All right, Matt, go
What's he
ahead.
talking about?
Fucking dumb.
So I'm gonna have to wake up tomorrow and fucking think about this episode because I don't even know what the fuck you guys are talking about half the time. Especially that last speech by him, man. It's like, come on, what the hell?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were having fun.
Jesus, what are we doing here?
You know how bad it has to be for Pat to say that? When we get to the point where Pat's even like, all right, this is pointless.
Hey, Mahoney, when did this one come off the rails?
I don't know. It's like, I don't know if I can pinpoint it. But
It was like fine. And all of a sudden,
I mean, it's just an absolute train wreck. Like, if we had viewers, they couldn't turn away because it's so ridiculous. Oh, crying and laughing so hard over just nonsense. Ugh. But anyway,
Over bull. Hey, Mark, over bullpucky, you mean?
yes. But anyway,
I thought that was funny.
All right, Matt, do you have a final statement? Was that it, or what are we doing here?
Yeah. Sick of the bullpucky. Tune in for the boycott Pat Cutler episode anniversary.
1 month.
that'll be my next podcast. Call me then.
if you guys got it figured out by then.
You guys don't even know how to podcast.
Okay, Mahogany, your final thoughts on Elon Musk?
Final thoughts on Elon Musk. Like Kelly said, St. Patrick's Day is a great holiday. A lot of traffic out there, so everyone please stay safe. And best of luck in Dallas. I would encourage Pat and Don to stay away from Dealey Plaza when they're down there, and maybe try to not get kicked out.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Kick
thank
some
you.
ass, Pat, down in Dallas, dude.
Yeah, Pete. Good luck.
Dallas, Texas. Dallas, fucking Texas, boys.
Everything's bigger.
Everything's bigger. Who my fucking cocky morons. Dallas, fucking Texas, boys. We're going to Dallas. Yeehaw! Cowboy land! I'm a big fucking cowboy now.
All right. I'm out of here.
All right, boycott Pat Cutler a month from now. Fuck you, degenerate pieces of fucking shit. Fuck off.